Greetings, Mrs. Polly. I want to address the issue of crime. Now, many in the rural areas there don't have the crime problem that we have here in the cities, but it's a major problem here in the cities, and it does bleed out into other places. I think first we have to address an underlying condition of our judicial system and a lot of our privileged liberal elites. And that is, they think that the prisons and courts are to rehabilitate the criminal. No, we are to punish them. This is problem number one. They think that, well, to rehabilitate yourself is personal. It comes from inside. There is no system to make that happen. That has to come with the individual. So let's do something which we can do, not what we can't do. What we can do is put them in prison and keep them there as long as possible. That brings another idea. Let's not have concurrent sentences. What I mean is, if you do an armed robbery with a gun, you get, say, 10 years for the armed robbery and 5 years for the gun. But the judge will say, oh, we'll just put them all together and make it 10 years, and he's out in 3. Instead, they do 10 years for the robbery, and then 5 years for the gun. After the robbery sentence is over, then they get 5 more years tacked on. That will keep a lot of these guys in prison. You see how many times criminals have committed horrendous crimes, rape, murder, and other such things, and they have long rap sheets. So do something like this. Make these sentences consecutive, not concurrent, would eliminate a lot of that. Another one, a good idea, is let's rethink how we do parole. Now, if it's a first-time offender, and it's up to the judge, if he says, okay, you'll be eligible for parole. So after, say, 3/4 of a sentence, he's a good boy, he's released out again to the public. Okay. I mean, you probably get me on that one. But if he's a repeat offender, there's no parole. First-time offense, okay, you could possibly do that. But after that, he's just a repeat offender. No parole. He served the entire sentence. It keeps a lot of criminals in prison, which is what we want. Something else you could do is take a lot of discretion away from judges. Now, I like the idea of a judge having discretion, but in the cities we see that's been abused because of the idea that they think that criminals, their job is to rehabilitate criminals. No. So if they don't understand that they're to punish criminals, then let's take that discretion away from them. Sentences will be minimum and maximum, and there's a very short distance between both of them. Armed robbery, let's say it's minimum 10 years, maximum 15. Okay. But just don't have a judge go in there and just make up a sentence, because too many of them are doing that. Like the minimum has to be served, and without parole. Then you have the possibility of parole. But if it's a first-time offense, no, you're doing hard time. The things I have just suggested are quite doable. Have the sentences conserved consecutively, Rito parole, and have judges give out sentences guidelines that they cannot go step on. That's doable. And that would take, 40% out of crime, maybe 50%. This is not revolutionary. But that, simple steps like these would solve it. This would angers me so much. There's a way to solve the crime problem. These guys have long rap sheets. Stop this nonsense. Put them in prison and keep them there. Texas used to have 3 strikes in your mouth, 3 felonies, life in prison. All right, I'm not saying 3 felonies, life in prison, but you're gonna serve all the time you're given your sentences, and boy, that will eliminate their free time outside into society quite a bit. You want these guys in prison, not out. There are some people that just have a criminal intent, and I don't want them next to me in the subway. I know, I'm selfish like that. Okay. If you like my ideas, or if you stayed around to hear them, would you please like and subscribe? Okay, proceed again. This is Polly saying